Good afternoon. My name is Cole. I'm from the Kingdom of the Rising Winds, the Grand Duchy of Ebonmarch, and today we'll be going over Wizard 101. So like in all my 101 classes, I'll be going over a little bit of the class. Not going to go into a great detail of the class. Later on we'll be making videos for that. So today we'll just be going over what's the class about, how people normally play the class, and if the class would be right for you as a new player. So, wizards. What are wizards in Amtgard? So wizards are, how can I put it? Wizard is one of the best spellball classes in the game. Yeah, I should look at my notes, that'll help. It's the best spellball class in the game. What I mean by that, I have a spellball video where I go over each spellball. Wizards in the game are able to use every spellball that this game has to offer. What else are wizards primarily used for, and what archetypes do people normally play them as? So in my area, a lot of wizards are played in essentially, in my opinion, one of two ways. Or of course there's cross in between. Great thing about Amtgard is the customizability of a lot of these magic classes. So I say that to say, one way that a lot of people like to play wizard is what we call a spellball wizard. They may have a dagger, maybe a short sword, depending on the cost. We'll talk about the cost and stuff like that a little bit later. So those players will primarily have a lot of spell balls. Fireball in this game is very, very effective, especially against warriors and stuff like that. Heart and shield will not stop a fireball. We'll talk about the rock, paper, scissors of different classes in this game in another video way later. Yeah, so a lot of people play with spellball wizards. The other archetype that you see a lot is verbal wizards. So at level 6 for a wizard, you get unlimited ambulance. Ambulance allows you to move while casting. So there's a lot of players that are really good at being able to run and cast and maintain their distance on a certain person. So those are the two main ones, and of course there's all kinds of variables in between that. So let's go ahead and go back to that talk about front line, second line, and third line. So where would wizards more or less fall into that role? In my opinion, because a lot of people like to play as spellball wizard, that allows you to play in the second line and third line. If you're a real great thrower, then by all means, third line is probably perfect for you. In my opinion, and at least the way I like to play wizard, I prefer to stay in that second line where I have spell balls in my pocket. I'm able to throw. I'm not the greatest thrower, so I like to be able to throw. I like to be able to know that I am throwing accurately at a person, and I take a few verbals also. So on that second line, like we were talking about with druids, bards, I'm sorry. Like we're talking about with bards, you can still stay in that second line, get off all your 20-foot verbals that you'll like, and then still be able to throw spell balls. So let's talk about the pros and cons of the wizard class in Amtgard. So let's go ahead and start with pros here. In my opinion, wizard is a very powerful class. If you are able to really keep up your spells, keep up how many you have, keep up with your distance and range control. So the pros of this class is that if you're able to master this class, really able to judge that distance, really able to keep running, keep pace and really remember all your verbals and what situations to use them in, is a great class. So that's one of the biggest pros of it. Let's go ahead and switch over to a con. In my opinion, as a person who likes to play on the front line, especially playing warrior, healer, stuff like that, is the very limited and very costly situation of bringing weapons as a wizard. A wizard is capable of having one short sword and one long sword, which is great if you like to play downstick, where the long sword is down and you have your short sword up top. Great for people who are good at that, but also it limits you being able to cast because unlike Bard, which eventually gets combat caster, Wizard does not. So you must have a free hand to cast. So in my opinion, that limits certain people and how they like to play. You cannot take a shield. So I don't play a whole lot of Wizard unless I really feel like going out there and just kind of doing spell balls. Let's go back over to a pro. One of the biggest pros of this class is the fact that they have the best spell balls in the game: Suppression Bolt, Fireball, Sphere of Annihilation. But they also have some of the best offensive verbals in the game: Freeze, Shatter, stuff like that. So it's a great class. There's a lot of versatility in this class offensively. That has the most sorcery spells, of course, Wizard. That negates a lot of other people's abilities. Suppression Bolt isn't just good at hitting a magic class person. That's even good if you hit a warrior or a barbarian. A lot of stuff like that. That's one of the biggest pros of that class. Let's go back over to cons then. One of the biggest cons of the wizard class is the fragility of that person. If you are a great fighter, you don't gotta worry about that. You know, if you're a type of fighter that goes out there not wearing armor in the first place, and you're able to hold your own with a short sword, great. You're good for this class to go all day long. If you are a newer person or you don't feel confident in your blocking abilities, work on block striking first of all, then this class is a little fragile for you because you cannot take any armor. You can't take any armor. You can't take any shields. You can't take that many weapons. So it is you, your spell balls, and your verbals pretty much out on that field. I find it to be a very big con. If you're a great fighter, hey, that might be a pro for you that you don't have to worry about that. I personally have to worry about missing a block and getting killed off of one hit. That's why I like to play something with a little more armor and stuff like that to it. Would I recommend this class for new players? I would have to say no. This class, because of the verbal aspects of it, because of the spellball aspects of it, it is in one respect, it is easy to get into that class. You can start off at level 1, take a short sword and 1,000,000 force bolts, exaggerating, and go out there and have fun all day. Once you get to level 2, level 3, level 4, it starts to get a little more difficult as a new player, especially the fragility of that class. I personally like to tell people who are new to the game to play something warrior, barbarian, stuff like that, where you may have some armor, you have abilities to get yourself out of a bad situation. You're a little less fragile. Wizard is the glass cannon of the game. You have all these abilities, you have elemental barrage, you have stuff like that can really just turn the tide of a fight if used correctly. But on the other hand, if you are new to the game, of course you're a little more hesitant to be in the pocket, as they say, when you're throwing spell balls, playing that second line, and still be able to dodge verbals and, get out the way of knowing your range. There's a lot to know with this class. Knowing your range, breathing control, so you can still be able to run and cast your verbals, knowing which spells do what, knowing which class is vulnerable to which class of spells. So knowing that, okay, I can use sorcery on a barbarian, but I can't use hold person on him. So stuff like that, would say is a little hard for newer people to grasp, and I wouldn't really recommend this class for them. That's everything I have for today. I've been Cole from the Kingdom of Rising Winds, Grand Duchy of Ebonmarch, and if you like this video, go ahead and like, subscribe. I'm going to go ahead and try to make some more videos. If you have any suggestions, go ahead and message me. And as always, thank you for watching.